Hi, and welcome to this screencast. We're going to look at how to use the Khan Academy practice for unit rates with fractions. And when we're finished with this screencast, you'll be going to this website. And it's a free site provided by khanacademy.org, and it has practice for unit rates with fractions. And we're going to look at this first example. And just so you know, when you are on this site later, if you really are stuck and this video didn't help you, there's a video that you can watch from Khan Academy, which is also free. It would be right here, if you can see where I'm pointing at, this right here. Anyway, let's look at this first word problem. So this is the one taken from the site. I just made it bigger for us to read. A ferry traveled 1/6 the distance between two ports in 3/7 of an hour. At this rate, what fraction of the distance between two ports can the ferry travel in 1 hour? And when I read this looks like a lot of words and it seems very difficult. But let me just break this down for you. If you realize 1/6 is the number of the distance between two ports. That right there, of the distance between two ports, that's all one label. And I could just say a ferry traveled 1/6 of a meter in 3/7 of an hour, or 1/6 of a yard, or whatever I want to say. All these words are just really a label, essentially. And if you look in here, what fraction of the distance between two ports can the ferry travel? See, that's that same label. So that goes together. So the question we're looking for matches the label for that first fraction. Says in 3/7 of an hour. So there's our second label. So when we're doing proportions, we need two labels. And so there's our two labels, hours and distance between two ports. And we have three numbers here, 3/7 of an hour and 1 hour, and then the other number is the 1/6. So we're going to be putting this in a proportion. So I'm going to start with the first label, 1/6 of the distance, and I put that in my proportion, or 1/6 of the distance. That's being compared to 3/7 of an hour, and I wrote 3/7 hours, so either way. And that is that ratio is going to be compared to what's D, that's the distance between the two ports that is traveled in 1 hour. So all I had to do is make sure my labels matched, my side-to-side labels matched, and now I'm going to find the scale factor. So to find the scale factor, I draw the arrow towards what I don't know. And then I'm going to put the 1 in the calculator first, do 1 divided by 3/7, and you're going to get a decimal. And you're going to change that decimal into a fraction, and you're going to get 7/3. Now, your calculator is probably going to say 1 4/3, but I want you to notice that when I change that to an improper fraction, I get 7/3. When you do this problem every single time, you're going to see a pattern that when you have this fraction in the denominator and you multiply it by a scale factor to get 1, it's always going to be the reciprocal. See, 3/7 times 7/3 is 1, because because I do 3 times 7 is 21, and then 7 times 3 is 21. That equals 1. So it's always going to work that way. But if you have a hard time memorizing that, just do the old way. 1 divided by 3/7, change it to a fraction, and it'll always work. Anyway, so if I multiply the denominator by 7/3, I need to also multiply the numerator by 7/3. And then I do that. Put my calculator. 1/6 times 7/3 is 7/18 of the distance, and that's my answer. And yeah, your answer is a fraction, and that's fine. As a matter of fact, that's what Khan Academy wants. They want you to put your answer as a fraction. So here I am back at the site, and I wanted to show you I'm going to enter in 7/18 as my answer and hit check answer. And there you go, I'm correct. Let me go to the next one. I hit next question. And here's my problem. Now, I look at this and I think, oh, I want to write this out. So Emmanuel was charged $32 for a 14 2/9 kilometer ride. What was his cost per kilometer? I wanted you to see this down here. It says show scratch pad. So I'm going to click show scratch pad, and what I can do now is I can actually write on here, if I wanted to just write it by hand and not write on paper, like this. So when I set this up, I'm going to put the $32 in the numerator over kilometers because I'm trying to find the cost per 1 kilometer. So what you're going to find is you're just going to set it up like that, and then I can draw my arrows and use my calculator and find my answer. Now I'm going to put in the wrong answer. I'm just going to guess. I'm going to say like, I don't know, 25, whatever. I'm just guessing. And I'm going to hit check answer. Okay, I'm incorrect. So it's not correct yet. I can show hints. And then it tells me to divide the cost by kilometers. And like I already knew that. That didn't help me. Let me try another hint. And then it shows me how to set it up. And then it shows me how to do it. But you only have 5 hints left. So if you waste your hints, then you won't have any left. And you need to get 3 in a row correct. But I wanted to show you that it had those hints for you. And it has the scratch pad. And that's how you would set them up. So good luck. Try to get 3 in a row correct. And be able to practice some of this. And if you have any questions, try the video down here that they offer, or you can always ask me. All right, thanks. Have fun.